Right. Yeah, just really, really proud of this team. We are just really locked in at the right time of year in terms of our preparation and, start to finish. I was so impressed with how our team was ready and their preparation with our scout and knowing personnel, and then just our practice energy and execution was, the best it's been. So obviously you want that happening at playoff time. So we, going down to pace, such a talented team. I just couldn't be happier with the win the other night.
Yeah, we were super pumped for that game. When we were preparing in practice, we knew that it was going to be a tough game. We had lost to them previously, and we knew exactly what fixes we need to make. So going into the game, we were just super excited to show what fixes we have made and how we can really beat any team in the league right now. And just super excited to get that playoff win, and especially on the road.
Yeah, we had a really strong start. We talked about that before the game. Coach even said, she was like, I hope you guys go out and score 20, and then she can sit back and relax. But we honestly did that, and we kept that same pace the whole entire game, and I think we kept the lead the whole entire game too. So I think that strong start really carried it throughout the game.
Absolutely, and I think if you look at our body of work this year, those are the games that have been, the most consistent when we stepped on the court ready to start strong, and that certainly helped us a lot the other night. So obviously that has to happen, at playoff time. It has to happen. You can't have a slow start against any team in this league. They're going to take advantage, especially at this time of year. So hopefully Thursday night we'll be ready to roll and have that strong start.
I'm just really looking forward to continuing off of the growth that we've made in this past month. We've come together a lot as a team, and we've really been able to build that chemistry and build that excitement, and everyone's super excited to go into playoffs and to finish the playoffs strong as we've been finishing this last month.
Yeah, we've just been talking about grit and really playing a full 40 minutes of the game, and that's what we did last game. We're looking to do that this time too, and that's what you have to do during playoffs. It starts tomorrow during practice when we watch film. You got to play hard, or I don't know.
Absolutely, and Kayla is playing some really great basketball right now, and obviously, she's such a huge piece of our success. So it's been nice to see her, and honestly, at both ends of the court, she's just bringing, such different play and such, intensity and, great focus. And obviously, her ability to score is game changing for us. So it was great to see her recognized, and also Emily Bramante. Again, there's just a kid who has the best work ethic of anyone on this team, and coming off a year where we didn't play, and she was at home and working out, she just came back with such a great focus, and her game had changed, and her ability to lead as a captain has been such a difference maker for us. And I just think her consistency and what she's brought as the floor leader, as our point guard, has made a huge difference for us, especially now. Exactly, and you can't say enough about who she is, and that's just character. Having to have such a different experience last year, being at home, and yes, her dad's a coach, and I believe was coach of the year, had won a championship. Congrats to Chris Bramante. But she just has, that's something that she's always had, that intensity, that work ethic, that ability to push herself. A lot of kids couldn't have done what she did and stayed, improved their game, not just stayed in shape and working on their game. Emily came back a different player, and she did that all on her own, and that's just an amazing accomplishment for her, but it's obviously made us so much better. Exactly, and we know we're on the bubble of the NCAA. We've talked about it, so there is that urgency. And that senior class who, has been to postseason play, but they're really the only ones that have gotten close. For me, it would make such a difference for our younger kids to get that opportunity to get into the NCAA tournament, because it is such a special experience, and I think that would help them a lot. But we have to play with an urgency to get there, because we know that if we're not, even in the championship game, we're not helping our cause to stay in the top 8 in the region. So we'll see. They are playing with such grit and passion, and I think that comes from their coach was a tremendous player, obviously, in the league, but Kate Lynch does a great job with Southern Connecticut. And we were just talking about them in terms of they're physical, they have an ability to score, and they're playing with a chip on their shoulder. You can tell, with nothing to lose, in terms of coming into the tournament, unranked. And I think we're going to see a very different team than we even saw a week and a half ago, just in terms of their physicality and their urgency. They're playing with an urgency. So you go back to that strong start. It's not about matching what they're doing. We've got to bring our own sense of urgency and intensity to start the game.
Yeah, we have plenty of time to make these fixes. We don't have a ton of practice times, but we've been really good at making those fixes quickly, especially with our long run of games where we had 9 games in 18 days. We got really good at making fixes very quick, and even without practicing fully intense during practice, we were able to just watch film, talk about our fixes, and then be able to translate them into our game. So we're not really worried about making fixes in the short time that we have.
This next round.
Yeah, we're just watching a ton of film on them, going over our fixes from last game. There's always stuff that we can fix. And we played well against them last game, and we know we can beat them. We beat them before, and we can beat them again.
No, it's awesome that we get to play at home, especially for the seniors, for Meg, for Kayla, to have one more chance to play at home is really, a little bit unexpected, but as we always talk about with this league, anything can happen and upsets are happening. So, we love our path, and for it to come back through the Mercat, we're really excited and hope students aren't leaving for spring break too early, swing on by the gym, and hopefully we get a good crowd. All right, thanks.
Yeah, Coach always talks about magic of the Merc, and that's just the constant energy that's in there from our family and our friends and the other teams that come and support us. It's just a different energy in there, especially during playoff times.
It definitely helps because of the atmosphere, and just a lot of our parents can come and students can come, and it's just the whole the experience in Merc is super fun during playoffs because everyone wants to come to those games, and we have support from a lot of the teams, and a lot of our faculty come too. So it's just super fun to play on our home court where we practice every day, where we put in all this hard work. It's just fun to translate it onto the court for a game.